You're going to quit your job. You're going to eliminate one thing that makes you miserable, and then everything else must follow. It's going to break you. You're going to be absolutely terrified of doing this, but it's for you. You need it. You know you need it. It's been long overdue.
I don't know if I want to run away from myself, from my career, from the possibility that I am just gonna be a total loser for the rest of my life, or I just don't want to live. I am not supposed to live. An oomph. Do people say that in person? It is diabolical to me that it's gonna be Monday tomorrow or in a few hours. I feel like we should be working on the weekends, and then the whole weekday should have been the free time of people. I was told before by my friends who are in their early 30s that a day is going to come where you look at yourself in the mirror and suddenly you've aged so much and it's so obvious. And that happened to me a week ago, and I think I had a meltdown because it means that none of my skincare is working anymore, and I spent so much on that. I was currently using Some by Me, and I feel like it's not just working. I feel my skin knows what it wants me to change its whole skincare routine. And so what happened now is that I had to buy a different line, and I opted to get from a Filipino made skincare line called Apotheke. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. So I have these and also these. I'm trying to finish my Some by Me cleanser because I feel like that's okay. I want to be able to finish every single thing because I paid for that shit. Every cent counts. I feel the collagen slipping away from my skin. There's a photo of me, and then I saw it and I'm like, who is that bitch? I don't look like this. Like, who is she? Like, that does not look like me. Yeah, I just came from a mini flea market here in the area, and I got myself a few things. I have 3 design. It's like a mini crown. I'm not really a jewelry person, but for the first time I feel the jewelry is calling out to me. A flower crown? I feel like I'm at that age where I have more appreciation towards it. I don't really like expensive ones. I kind of like how I see something on flea markets or in ukay. I feel like I found a treasure. I think there's something to be said with that. Instead of someone giving it to you and telling you it's important, it costs a lot. And then I got myself a bunch of stickers. I realized that I was gonna do a pen pal with an actual person that I know. I tried to do pen pal with someone I didn't know because we were in the same fandom. She was an oomph. Do people say that in person? Oomph. One of my mutuals, because I was standing GOT7, we decided, the GC, which is about, I don't know, 50 people, decided to do a pen pal, and I sent her, like, everything was something that I hand drawn, and I didn't realize that when you get a pen pal that is from a fandom specifically for K-pop, they're kind of expecting you to give them photo cards. I didn't know that they don't really appreciate doing anything handwritten, because I did a zine that is basically a gag for JYPE and JYP with their treatment with GOT7 at that time. It was just really funny, and I thought that they would appreciate it. And then when they received that and a bunch of my watercolor paintings that I included in there, they did not talk to me again. I was was really embarrassed. I didn't know. I decided with my friend, because she's currently residing in Japan now, I wanted to try to send, well, a letter and more like a care package. It's gonna include some of these stickers. One, and then that one. I don't know if they're the same design. I just put everything in the mini basket and then just paid for it. Some of them I got 2 of. It means that I like it enough for me to get a copy for myself and 1 for my friend. We mostly like almost the same things. I find I have an excuse to spend on something and just tell myself that, oh, it's for the friend, even though it's not. That goes the same for like the individual stickers. Like I have these. I know that people might think you can just print that. Well, I don't want to go through the trouble of doing the printing myself and doing the cutting myself. So yeah, get fucked. Also got these. I don't know what these are called. I just call them babies. My friend likes to collect these, so I'm giving this to her. For the life of me, I don't know how to get her an actual one. I don't know how many in her collection she has and which one she has on her collection. If I do get her one, I might just give her a duplicate, so I don't want that problem. So I'll just get her the stickers. This is for me, and it's so cute. And I got pins. This again is for that same friend. She also collects these. I used to call them mitskis because I don't know, they look gay, so I call them mitskis. I think it's miskis, smiski, I don't know, bitch. And then I got this. I'm gonna give this to her, and then this one I will keep because this represents my feelings like in the last 2 years. I don't know, man. Certified Delulu and then certified OA. I think she's gonna get the certified OA, and then I'm gonna give myself the certified Delulu because I just am. I feel like all I've been doing in my adult life is crying about things I don't understand and I have no control over. Might as well put a pin on it, right? I'm not really into the blind boxes, and if I am, it's not gonna be these. They're cute, so I got them. This is how I spend my money. If I think something is cute, they're just gonna get my money. Anyway, I was telling my friend that I am not satisfied with my work. I am at that point where I have advanced so much in my career. I still question whether it's the actual career I want to spend the rest of my life in, and that means that I really don't want this to be the life I live in because it's been hell. It's very corporate marketing and I don't want to be in it anymore. Somehow I find myself being in projects where they tell me that I'm really good at it. I don't know what to do with that information. Through my desperation, I am now trying to see if I can do some kind of internship just to diversify and see if that's something that's gonna give me a pathway to something. I put internship and then farm on Facebook just to see what comes up, and there's nothing. And I began thinking maybe I should do a part-time job on 7-Eleven just to see if it's as romantic as they say, you know, Sakamoto Days, dangerous convenience store. And then my friend is like, no, you're gonna get bored. Maybe I'm gonna be more of like that convenience store lady. Maybe not. I don't know. And then I also consider just being a barista, but at the same time, I know that the pay is I think I'm having a breakdown, or I am actually losing it on a camera. I don't know. Oh, water. What have I done? Oh yeah, I just got home actually. Yesterday up until earlier today, I was in my hometown, which I haven't been to in months. I have the kind of family that I always want to run away, and I also have this small town that I've always wanted to get away from. I think I just have this thinking or way of being brought up that I always have my bags packed. I am ready to leave at a drop of a hat, and I've spent so much of my life in that town where I look at the ceiling and keep thinking to myself, is this the only life that I have? Am I going to spend the rest of my life seeing the same ceiling? And so when the opportunity came, which is I got kicked out of the house, some of it my fault, some of it out of my control, I decided that's my way out, and I am now in a different city. I know no one. Somehow, still want to run away from something. I don't know if I want to run away from myself, from my career, from the possibility that I am just gonna be a total loser for the rest of my life, or I just don't want to live. I am not supposed to live. I feel like there's something wrong, and the effect of that something wrong is me being born. I don't know. I am having a full-time crisis, I fear. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was. It was my grandmother's 85th birthday, and I keep thinking to myself, I feel like I'm getting left behind, or I am getting too old. And then I remember that my grandmother is literally 85. There's like a 58-year gap. I don't think I'm gonna live that long. I don't want to live that long. I feel like the moment I turn 50, if I ever, God forbid, went through that age, I'm just like, yeah, I was there. And then I saw some of the same politicians that was running the city when I was in grade school. There's still the same people running, which is so weird. And the dynasty of the same family names that keep recurring in the same positions when I was in grade school is now being taken over by the same name, but it's their kids or their kids' kids. It's so weird. I don't know why that's normalized in the Philippines. That's basically the visit that I had in my hometown. And now I'm here, and it's gonna be Monday in a few hours. I am still crashing out. I have a full-time job. I have one part-time. I am made to believe that I'm being very selfish because I'm supposed to be one of the lucky ones. I don't feel like that. I feel like I'm going to crash out every single day because I just don't like where I am. I feel like I should be somewhere where nature is. That's why I suppose I keep trying to look for internships that has farming in it, probably somewhere with a beach, and probably with a minimum wage so that I can afford to feed myself and actually have a place I can go home and then be satisfied with that. I feel like that would be okay with me. Or probably move somewhere within Asia just so I can tick off a bucket list of running away from something, but at the same time starting somewhere no one knows me and no one can go where I am. I don't know what kind of phase this is. It's not exactly a quarter life crisis. I feel like every single age that I age up, I'm having a crisis. And I'm supposed to be fine. I'm supposed to be sane. I guess I'm not. I haven't been for a very long time. I have this TikTok account that I told myself I'm going to be a professional TikToker, or I'm gonna make it somehow as an alternative career. I just need to make it. I just need to be viral, which is weird because I've set up so many accounts that has gone viral, that has made some kind of bank through the videos that I produced on those platforms and on other accounts. And then on my own, I also had several videos that went different tiers of virality, and I was never satisfied with that, and I could never control it. Whenever I see the views, whenever I refresh, it's like 10,000 views, 10,000 views. It gives me major anxiety that I could never make myself do another video regarding that. So I got over that and then started over on a new TikTok account where I recounted some of the manga books that I am reading or I am into. That's my current hyperfixation, and also that was my part-time before that I was trying to be full-time, but my contract didn't get renewed, so I had to put that labor of love to somewhere. That's why I decided to do the TikTok one. I'm getting like 200 views barely. I kept seeing a lot of accounts telling you how to grow your account, and then also on YouTube how to do that. And then I keep thinking to myself, I don't want to follow that. Which is weird, because why would a computer or an AI or an algorithm tell you what you should do or what you should produce? I want to be fully human without wanting to perform for an algorithm. Maybe the reason why some of the videos I had with the views very low is because the content I had is shit. That's okay. I realized that I am the type of person who has to do the same thing over and over again, do different things at the same time, just so I can see which one I want to do, which one I'm good at, and see where the line connects. I'm doing manga a lot. I'm trying to connect all of the stories in a manga, a manhwa, or a manhwa with my own memories and also what I experienced as an adult. It was fun. I have one video about it, about your letters. We love children's stories because stories are very simple. It makes me understand something, like I actually know something, and also it gives me a sense of comfort and guidance that I will be fine. The other ones, I'm still trying to piece out which part of the story I want to tell. I guess I'm okay and satisfied if people don't see it as much. If they don't, then I have memories of myself doing something I enjoy, even if it's not gonna be, you know, a safety net for me as an alternative career, because to be honest, I don't find that sustainable. It would be nice to be a content creator full-time. That would be nice, but it's not happening, and it might not happen to me, so that's okay. Anyway, I just finished this. It sounds like summer. It's a Filipino book, and for the longest time I've always thought that Filipino literature was falling behind on the literature game. I just realized that I think that because most of the things that I consume are most likely by white authors and a little bit of people of color, but not much from my country. Lately, I keep attending, you know, Comiket PH Manila International Book Fest. Yeah, I've been very active in those because when I was still working in the manga store, we are able to participate on some of those. I keep going around, and then I found myself some books that I find interesting, and I was very surprised. There's a lot of Filipino literature. I just don't think that the government is very supportive. That's why it doesn't have the same established industries as other East Asian countries. This one is very thin, right? I thought to myself while I was going to my grandmother's birthday party, I'm just gonna read this on the bus because it's like an hour away. So I thought I was gonna finish it. I did not. I think I just finished like this, and then for the rest of the trip I just finished it, and it's really nice. I relate so much to this because the story is, there's this girl, she's a scientist and she's doing post-grad, and then she had a meltdown while trying to report on her work, and so she thinks that her life is over because she's always been a good girl, she's always been rational about everything, and she's had everything planned out, but she later have to accept that she is depressed and she is just not meant to be so sterilized as a person. And I relate to that so much because I know I am depressed, but I can't seem to make myself, I can't give myself grace for accepting that. I feel like I'm not kind to myself as I realize that, and it feels like I am failing at everything that I try because everyone else just is better, or everyone else figured out what they want and I still don't. So she's at that point, and so as a form of escapism or delayed teenage rebellion, she decides to go to a music fest that she actually likes, she knows she likes. And there she meets this guy who has a musical tattoo and he looks like an emo cute boy, and then the story starts, and I find myself being drawn to both of them because they're very polar opposites. I feel like I am both those people at the same time. She's not very kind to herself. She's not accepting that her life is falling apart, and she's running away from trying to solve that and really tell herself, okay, this is not working. What are we going to do? Do you need rest now? Can you make yourself have space to rest? And then there's this guy who is looking for an adventure and is trying to see what life gives with him. And I'm also like that somehow. Really like their banter. It feels very casual, Filipino casual, which is something that really lacks in most of the white books that I've consumed, and I appreciate it a lot more, if you like.
I have moved some of my art prints in this area because this is where I work, and it feels a little depressing if all I see are my notes and my computer and I didn't have anything on the wall. So I decided to transfer some of them here. This one is from a local artist. She's my favorite artist, called Haranikala. And then I got Spy Family, two of them here. One is just of Anya and one of the actual family. I got this from a mall. It's supposed to be postcards, but it has Chinese characters. For all I know, it could be curse words, but I do not care to remove them. And then we have Kale Henitus. This is Kale. And this is a fan art that I saw on MIBF. And I got it because at the time I was reading the novel. And then this one is from Sailika. I just saw the artwork. I don't really know the artist, but I was walking around Comiket and I got it because it's really good. This one in particular is from my first visit in Singapore, and all I wanted were the postcards, but I could only afford 2. I think 3. I could only afford 3, so this is one of the remaining ones. And then this one is also from MIBF. I really love the concept of the fish flying through the sky and also the color combination, so I got it. And then the stickers right here are free from when I bought some of my danmei and manga, and it was given for free. This one is from Painter of the Night because I've read it on Lesin. And then this one is BJ Alex. Oh shoot. Yeah, I also read this one on Lesin. And then I made this little note for myself. The universe is taking care of me. I don't have to achieve anything and I want to live. These are the words of affirmation that I swore to live by. Oh, apparently I have 3 Spy Family here. And this one is my absolute pride and joy. I got an official 7 Seas poster before they released the cover of the Heaven Official's Blessing novel, Part 2. My books are here, and also my makeup, so it's a mess. More books right here, and then my clothes are right there. I don't have anything proper in this apartment. Also, this is a secret, but this plant, I stole it from an Airbnb. I hope they don't mind. So this one is from Paper Diet. It's a freebie. And then these art prints are from the same artist, but it's basically a concept of what a manananggal, the mythical creatures of Filipino folklore, are. So this is manananggal, and then this is white lady, and then this is Diwata. It's really pretty though. And these are stickers from Japan that my friend got me. And she told me that it reminds her of me. I don't know what to say. Like, then I have some Plave fan arts. So this is a virtual idol group called Plave. It's a Korean boy group basically that I found them before their debut. It was weird and funny because they keep glitching, and I think that's the charm in them. That's basically what makes them human, even though technically it's supposed to be an anomaly. Another Haranikala artwork. Then these are also Plave members. More of those stickers, and then art prints that I got. This one is from a nail set that I got. I commissioned someone. Looks like a guy from Haikyuu, but I can't be sure. I may be wrong.
This is something that I made. I don't even know why I'm doing clay. I wouldn't also say that it's relaxing. It's more of, there's nothing in my head that makes me overthink. It empties my mind out of things that I tend to overthink, or things that makes me go into this rabbit hole of making things complicated for myself. That's why I like doing it. I'm not the best at it. I'm just still a beginner, but I really like doing it. This is supposed to be a picture, and I made a butt. I don't even know if it looks like a butt right now, but I'm pretty proud of it. I was listening to a social sciences course which is about 2 hours long on YouTube, while I take care of the pot, which is just the butt part. That one took me 2 hours to make, because apparently I don't know how a butt cheek should look like. I should probably get out of the apartment more. I feel like I've been in isolation for so long that I keep crashing out. A trick that I learned, so I have foundation here, and then this is a blush. Now if I do this and then mix in some of the foundation, it creates the prettiest shade, because this one is very red. So if I put it directly on my face, I'm gonna look like I've been slapped. But if I mix it with the foundation, it looks very natural, more like Pride and Prejudice blush, kinda natural. It smells like comfort when you were a kid and it's summer break. That's the most I can get out of my head to describe the scent. This is my outfit for the day at work. I work from home and I wanted to try doing some preparation before work, just to feel sane, just to feel more human, because I usually wake up and then work and then lounge around and then sleep again, and that gets tiring a lot, and it makes me want to so I decided to change some things a little bit. I feel pretty great, actually. Let me put you here. Oh, I still have foundation.
I wake up today with getting 2 gallons of water as a chore. Somehow I found that difficult. Why was it difficult to get something that would sustain me? To be honest, it's not even that big of a chore. So why was I dragging my feet on this? I haven't come to a conclusion, hence the reason why I'm trying to get this out of my head. For a time, I've been in my head overthinking about a lot of things, catastrophizing a lot of things, but at the same time, I'm not in my head. I am glued onto my phone and I retreat to myself and thinking that nothing is ever gonna go my way or go in a way where I think I succeed in life or that there's meaning in my life. Not much on the succeeding part because, we have different ways to interpret what success means. But it doesn't hurt to have what they have. I used to think before that if you work from home and do your shower and then do your makeup and then dress up, it feels like it's a waste of time and so inconvenient because I can save another day not to go on the laundry shop because I used up my going out outfit while I was at home, or that I am wasting my makeup because I just put it in here and I'm not going anywhere. But at the same time, I am starting to think that I am worth all those inconveniences. I am worth getting dressed up for, whether I am mostly at home for the rest of the day or the week. I am worth the inconvenience of adding another load of laundry. I am worth that inconvenience. And I think that's something that changed my brain chemistry just a little bit for today, and I wanted to celebrate that. I wanted to let myself know that I see her trying, and I'm really proud of her for that. I am proud of you, okay? You're gonna be fine. It's almost a full day. And it's weird because I feel like for the first time I experienced the whole day. I am very conscious spending the whole day. It's weird because I felt the whole day pass by, not in another day. It's more of, that was great. And the only thing that I did different was actually prepare for the day, that dressing up, doing my makeup, skincare, and whatnot. Today, I'm going to create another sort of cup. I don't know what it's called, but I like drinking tea, and I always have tea bags everywhere because I don't want it to steep too long, and I have to take it out when I drink it. So I use the ones I use for rice. Make something I can put this to rest. And basically now all I'm doing is creating everything that I don't have in the house. I haven't really appreciated the fact that I can do that. I can make something myself, and I think I held back with doing something creative as this because before I was like everyone else, like I would see someone doing pottery and it feels so far away from my capabilities, and I'm like, oh, I wish I could do that. And well, girl, yeah, you can do it. You just have to be okay with messing up the first few times, because I've been doing this for about a month now, not consecutively, but I'm getting better, but I'm still not the best, and yet I can do this, which is, it feels like I have a superpower of some sort. It's amazing. So I have a bucket here. This is where all the dirty water goes, and then I have this.
I can't use this one anymore because it's plastic. It's one of those pitchers where if you put a packet of juice in here, it won't taste like water. It would just taste that juice forever. So I can't use it anymore for water. So I'm using that for my source of water when I do this part. So I have the tea bag here. The idea is it should fit right there, and then I have this handle here that holds it. So kind of like that, and then I have kind of like memory handle. I made that. Also, while I make things, I have been watching, wait, can you see that? Yeah. I've been watching a lot of lectures about social sciences, and this one talks about a reconsideration of modernity by Dr. Voy Casagranda. I really like his lectures, and I've always been interested in social sciences and also in literature and history. I think as young as high school, when YouTube was still in its earlier stages, some of the lectures in there I was watching because I feel like I belong in those lectures. I think there was a time where I fixated so much on the lecture about John Milton's Paradise Lost, and I can't find that specific lecture anymore. So that's a shame. But anyway, I love lectures like this. I've always wished that I took up social sciences instead of marketing, but I didn't have a choice because I was not the person who is spending on my education, even though I am on multiple scholarships before. This one is my second rewatch already. I find that I have to take a look at something twice, whether that's rereading a lot of things, whether that's articles or books, or rewatching a lot of things just so it can sink in. I think of it as the first watch or the first read that I have is more for experience, and then the second one is more for critical thinking. One of the things that he said here is that you might not remember or you might not realize, but you are actually more powerful than any medieval king that existed before. And I felt that in my bones because I never really realized that, or I never really thought of my existence as such a thing. And if I am more powerful than any medieval king, why do I feel like I have little to no resources to feel like a king? Why do I feel like I am not enough to exist in this society? And if I were more powerful than a medieval king, with the way that I live, I don't think I am. I am stuck in jobs that I don't like. I may have found jobs that makes me want to live, but they pay so little I have to let go of them. Same goes for how we exist now. It feels like I'm always floating and always running away from something that I never really could pinpoint what it is I'm trying to run away from, or I'm not really running away. It's more of I want to live, but I am not living. I don't know how to live exactly where the stars align, and I feel a sense of adventure out of my comfort zone in a good way, an exciting way. I don't have that. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to break out of something, but it's still abstract right now. I have some resources. It's limited, very limited, and I don't quite know how to achieve wanting to live with what I have. can be in terms of thinking, this can be in terms of job security, of finances, every single thing that has anything to do with living. I feel like it's not enough. It's not something that I want, or it's just going to take my soul away from me. And it's weird that I have this kind of thinking with just that one statement, that you're more powerful than any medieval king is. It's great to think like this. Yeah, it's a pretty great day today. I feel like I've processed some information. And also because I've been rewatching a lot of social sciences lectures, I have begun thinking, wait, maybe I should enroll on schools. And so I tried to see which schools in the Philippines actually offer social sciences courses. And I forgot that you have to take entrance test on some schools. And this is going to be technically my second course now if I do enroll. And I don't know the process of that, and it seems scary. And also, I forgot how much money it takes to have an education here. I forgot about that part. I was too into my positive thinking of hoping for something more, something new, especially in education, that I forgot how much it costs.
Hello. It's not quite a good morning this time around, but I would still prep up and dress up and see how it changes my feelings. But today, what makes it a little hard is I wanted to be honest with myself. That is really hard to do. I feel like even in my journals, I still feel the need to perform or lie, even though no one else is going to read that, not even probably myself once I put it out there. So it's just such a shame that I have to be shameful and lie in a place where no one is going to be at. One of the lies that I've told myself is that I'm doing okay casually on TikTok because once upon a time, which is about 2 months ago or 3 months ago, I told myself that I'm going to start taking it seriously, the social media thing. And I keep uploading things, and I realize and acknowledge that none of those things matter. It's just I keep recreating things that are viral, or even when I try things that are different, if I see that the views are below 50, I have a video that's up which has 3 views, and then the others are variation of views under 200. And I keep convincing myself it's fine, it's just very casual, doesn't have to be the end all be all, just to comfort myself with the fact that I put so much effort on something, it did not come to fruition as I thought it should be. And so I wither away from the dream of making that my main source of income, to live outside of corporate. And that is a bitter truth too. It's a bitter truth to be faced with, to be honest. And I also wrote that down just to remind myself and to actually be honest. And another thing here is I say I don't want to do corporate, but I don't quit my job, the job that makes me miserable. I make up excuses in my head. I reason about what makes a CPM double every month to appease when it's just words I'd rather not hear ever in my life. I already have a draft of my resignation. I have a draft of my resignation on my email. It's ready to be sent. And I'm only thinking about my part-time job, which is very, very corporate. It's basically marketing in Meta. It's full on advertising, it's full on sales, it's full on everything I absolutely hate about my career. I hold back because I doubt. I doubt that I'm going to survive without it. I doubt if I'm ever going to survive with a minimum wage. To pursue having more time to do art things that I don't even know if it's going to succeed. But then again, I keep telling myself, what the hell does success mean to me? I don't know what it means. Is it a specific number of views? Is it a specific number of engagement? And it's going corporate with the way my mind thinks. It's not curiosity anymore. It's not playful thing anymore because life got a little too serious. And the truth is, I am the rest of the people. I don't have the safety net to become a loser on the internet solely based on that. If I quit my job in pursuing absolutely everything that makes my heart burn and yearn, I might not live for another few months because it's very difficult to be in poverty in this country. That is the truth. I have less care about how people perceive me. I care more about survival and seeing another year of myself to possibly thrive, if that makes sense. I am privileged, but not enough for me to do that. And that's harsh for someone who always believed in fairy tales, who always believed in the whimsy. And that's been a recurring theme in all journal entry. I am stuck in this thinking of I should sell absolutely everything I own and most probably leave and never come back, not even for nostalgia. It's easy for me to say I would. Most things I can sell. My laptop, this table, the tablet, this camera, although I'd kick up a fuss about it. But the one thing I could not sell or drop are the books. Sure, I could always buy the same one, but it's not the same. These are my memory balls. Itch, crease, and slight tanning depending on which house it grew up on or shelf or floor it rested. But on the occasion that I do, then what? I'm really scared of the then what. But at the same time, I know that each time I get scared to do something, I'm always on the brink of something better, but it doesn't make it any less scary or terrifying. And then there's this quote that keeps playing inside my head. Becoming the person you want to be will cost you everything you once were. And technically, I am still at the point where I am once were, and not the becoming yet. And honestly, I don't like the way I live right now, even though technically I wished for things like this. I wish to be in a different city other than the city that I grew up in. I achieved that. I wished to have my own space, my own apartment that I can design and buy things. I achieved that, and yet I'm not happy. I can buy a lot of the things that I could only add on my cart a few months or years back, and I have that opportunity now. I can do it. That I can do that now. I am doing that now, and yet I am still not on the verge of feeling enough or that I am living. Even as old as 27 or as young as 27, I still yearn and dream about running away, but I don't know what to run away from. I don't know if I want to run away from this version of myself, even though I am technically a lot better now. Yeah. I'm going to quit the job this week. I won't tell anyone else, just you, my future self. You're going to quit your job. You're going to eliminate one thing that makes you miserable, and then everything else must follow. It's going to break you. You're going to be absolutely terrified of doing this. But it's for you. You need it. You know you need it. It's been long overdue being this person. You don't have to be strong enough. You don't have to hold off being your creative self no matter how lost you find yourself to be in. You are creative. You don't have to convince yourself otherwise. You're gonna be fine. We're gonna try at life even harder. You're not going to be me. And that's a good thing. You're gonna be someone else, someone a little bit better, maybe a little funnier, maybe a little bolder about things. You're gonna be fine. I like this styling better than yesterday's.